Some things in life are worth knowing. One of them is being able to identify if things are working in your gastrointestinal tract. So the next time you go to unload, wait a sec before flushing and take a moment to contemplate your work of art. Its color and shape can provide valuable information about the state of your body. If you see a black mass when you look in the toilet bowl, you probably know that's not normal. But what does it mean? Well, there are two reasons why this can happen. One is you might be taking iron supplements, which dye stool a darker color, close to black or completely black. The other reason is that there is bleeding inside the digestive tract, such as in the stomach. On the other hand, if your feces are yellow, have a greasy texture, and smell particularly bad, watch out, your body is not correctly absorbing fats. There are also some cases where people with gluten intolerance have seen this color in their stool, but it's best to just consult with a doctor. If your poop has a bright red color or red spots, be careful. You could be bleeding somewhere inside your intestine or maybe suffering from hemorrhoids. But wait a bit before running to the doctor and think about what you ate yesterday. Did you eat beets, blueberries, or any other reddish food? Aha! The answer could be there. When your stool is extremely pale, white or gray, the most common explanation is a lack of bile. Obviously, this color is abnormal, so we advise you to make a doctor's appointment to check if there is something you should treat before it becomes serious. When you have liver or gallbladder problems, bile doesn't reach the small intestine and the stool won't get dyed, so white poop could be related to liver disease or something wrong with your gallbladder. Finally, a greenish poop could mean that you ate food with large amounts of chlorophyll, like spinach, Swiss chard, or green asparagus. If so, don't worry about it. But it could also mean that food is going through your digestive tract too fast. If this happens regularly, it would be better to investigate why. But wait, what's a normal color? Probably the one you see every day. Yep, good old brown. Bile secreted in the small intestine is what dyes the stool the beautiful and healthy color we're used to. Okay, maybe not beautiful, but at least we're used to it. And now that we've talked about colors, let's focus on shape. That's right, it's not over yet. To make sure what you left behind in the toilet bowl indicates that you're healthy, we need to consult the Bristol Stool Chart. No, we're not joking. It's a chart that describes the shape of stool and its characteristics. It was designed by doctors for use in hospitals. It's so precise and useful that it's currently used in most countries to easily detect gastrointestinal diseases. Let's check it out. If you notice your stool comes out as separate hard lumps that are as hard as nuts, careful. Your waste has spent too much time inside the intestine. This means you are suffering from severe constipation. This can be very painful. If you notice that you use a lot of effort going to the bathroom and even find it painful, try eating more food high in fiber, like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. But it's also important to drink more water. And if that doesn't help, go to the doctor. If your feces looks like long sausages, but lumpy, it also means you are constipated. Well, besides eating fruits and vegetables, it's important to exercise regularly to help the body digest food better. And remember that if constipation only gets worse, you really should go to the doctor before risking hemorrhoids or an anal fissure. Have you ever wondered what perfect feces looks like? Probably not, but we'll tell you anyway. There are two kinds of feces that indicate everything is working perfectly. If your stool looks like a sausage with some cracks on the surface, flush immediately. Just kidding. There's nothing to worry about. That's how normal poop should look. And it's unnecessary to stare at it or smell it longer than you have to. But even better, if your feces are normally long, soft, and smooth, congratulations! This is the ideal poop, just as Da Vinci would have imagined it. Now let's go to the opposite end. If you go to the bathroom and end up with soft blobs with clear edges, then you have light diarrhea or perhaps irritable bowel syndrome. When that's the case, maybe eat less fiber, but also try not to get stressed, as that can be a cause of this stool shape. And now, let's talk about stool that's way too soft. When it seems like there's way too much water, particularly when it's fluffy with ragged edges, be careful. This is a symptom of diarrhea. Make sure to hydrate yourself by drinking enough liquids, plus eating things that don't contain much fiber. And then there's the stool that's so liquid that it has no shape at all. Maybe you already guessed, but this is severe diarrhea, and it means that you caught some stomach virus or ate some rotten food. Normally, drinking plenty of water and eating low-fiber food should help. But if it persists for days, it's better to go see a doctor. Don't get dehydrated and keep your weight up. Of course, there are many other things which end up in the toilet that catch our attention, but they are not necessarily related to health. Anyway, color and shape are something basic that all of us should know when we get curious. And who knows, maybe it'll be a useful icebreaker in your next random conversation. If you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next time.